Just when the EV industry thought it had the future on lockdown, Honda's CEO walks onto the stage and drops a technological bombshell. A new hybrid engine so advanced, insiders are calling it the EV killer. Did Honda just end the electric car revolution before it even peaked? Buckle up, because what you're about to hear might change everything you thought you knew about the future of transportation. In a stunning press briefing that caught even industry analysts off guard, Honda CEO unveiled a next-generation hybrid engine designed not as a bridge, but as a replacement for fully electric vehicles. This isn't the mild hybrid tech of the past. This is a fully re-engineered power system built to deliver EV-level efficiency without the baggage of batteries, charging delays, or rare earth dependency. Honda executives revealed claims that this breakthrough engine slashes carbon emissions by up to 80%, rivals EV performance, and, here's the jaw-dropper, can be mass-produced with existing factory infrastructure. Translation? No expensive EV overhauls, no lithium shortages, no dependency on charging networks. While other automakers doubled down on all-electric futures, Honda quietly took a different path. Why? Because the EV promise came with hidden costs, skyrocketing battery prices, strained power grids, and customer backlash over charging times and range anxiety. According to Honda's CEO, the market doesn't want vehicles that depend on charging stations. It wants cars that deliver the same zero-emission confidence with total freedom. And this new hybrid engine is designed to do just that. Here's where it gets fascinating. Honda's new engine uses a next-gen combustion electric synergy system. The electric motor doesn't just assist, it dominates during low speed and urban driving. Meanwhile, the combustion component kicks in only when needed, dramatically reducing fuel use. The result? Near electric efficiency, minimal fuel consumption, and no charging downtime. Some experts say this hybrid can go over 1,000 kilometers on a single tank and still produce fewer emissions than many EVs when you factor in manufacturing and grid charging. If Honda's claims hold true, the implications are seismic. Automakers like Tesla, BYD, and Ford have invested billions into all-electric fleets. But Honda just reminded the world of something crucial. Alternative tech can evolve faster than expected. Investors are already asking whether EV adoption has peaked too early. Could hybrid surge back as a dominant global choice, especially in markets where charging infrastructure is decades behind? Countries that were hesitating on EV mandates may now have an escape hatch. Developing nations with unstable power grids could leapfrog into cleaner mobility without sacrificing reliability. Even Europe, with its stringent emissions rules, might find hybrid tech more practical than rapid electrification. And let's not forget the consumer. No range anxiety, no charging lines, no battery degradation. Honda might have just given people exactly what they've been waiting for. Make no mistake, this isn't just a product launch. It's a challenge to the narrative that electric is the only future. With rivals like Toyota also investing heavily in advanced hybrids, we may be entering a new phase of the automotive war. Are we seeing the comeback of combustion era, reborn and reimagined? Or will EV manufacturers retaliate with their own innovations? The race just got a lot more interesting. Not everyone is celebrating Honda's bold move. Behind the scenes, EV-focused automakers are scrambling. Some insiders report that major electric brands are holding emergency strategy meetings. Why? Because Honda didn't just release a product, they reframed the entire narrative. Several automotive analysts now predict that companies invested too heavily in EV-only pipelines may face costly pivots. Meanwhile, legacy manufacturers who maintained hybrid development, like Toyota, Honda, and Mazda, suddenly look like visionaries instead of laggards. And then there's the battery sector. Lithium miners, EV battery manufacturers, and gigafactory planners are quietly worried. If the demand curve for electric-only vehicles slows or shifts to hybrid-dominant platforms, billions in projected investments could be at risk. One financial analyst even compared the announcement to a meteor headed for the battery supply chain. Think about it. No need for massive battery packs means lower demand for rare minerals and less dependence on volatile global suppliers. Here's where things get political. Many governments created roadmaps assuming an all-electric future. Charging networks, subsidies, and phase-out plans for combustion engines were built on that assumption. But now, Honda's breakthrough gives leaders a new option they didn't plan for: a cleaner, cheaper, and faster-to-deploy solution that doesn't require rebuilding national infrastructure. Forget the boardrooms and politicians for a moment. The real winners or deciders will be everyday drivers. For years, surveys have shown a quiet resistance. Buyers want cleaner cars, but not the hassle of charging delays, infrastructure gaps, and long-term battery anxiety. If Honda can deliver EV-grade performance with zero range limitations and a lower price tag in full electrics, consumers may stampede toward this new category faster than anyone expects. So what about Tesla? What about BYD, Rivian, NIO, and the rest of the electric heavyweights? Some speculate that EV-only brands may be forced to explore hybridization, even if it goes against their original mission. Others might double down on solid-state batteries or ultra-fast charging as a counterattack. But here's the wild card. If consumer momentum shifts even slightly, investor pressure could force a massive strategic pivot. We're standing at a crossroads. Will this new hybrid revolution coexist with EVs or replace them entirely? Some experts believe a dual-track future is the most realistic outcome. Urban centers may still favor electrics, while long-distance commuters and developing nations adopt advanced hybrids. But others predict something more dramatic, that Honda just triggered a technology shakeup that will redefine the entire industry direction by 2030. And just when you think Honda's move is dramatic, wait until you hear what Toyota, Mazda, and even European luxury brands are planning behind closed doors. There's talk of hydrogen hybrids, synthetic fuels, and combustion engines cleaner than some EVs. While the public is still reacting to Honda's announcement, something far more calculated is happening privately. Industry insiders report that several automakers, some of them fierce rivals, are opening undisclosed talks about hybrid partnerships. We're hearing whispers of Japanese, European, and even American manufacturers exploring shared platforms, hybrid engines that could be licensed, adapted, and deployed at record speed. This is no longer just Honda's play. It could become a coalition. And then there's China, the world's biggest EV market. On the surface, it looks fully committed to electrification. But pay close attention to what's happening behind the curtain. Several Chinese automakers, including BYD and Geely, have already filed new patents for hybrid technologies with ultra-efficient micro-combustion systems. Some analysts now believe China anticipated an EV plateau and kept its options open. Several Chinese automakers, including BYD and Geely, have already filed new patents for hybrid technologies with ultra-efficient micro-combustion systems. Some analysts now believe China anticipated an EV plateau and kept its options open. Here's the twist no one saw coming. Energy giants who were bracing for extinction just got a lifeline. With a new wave of ultra-clean hybrids, fuel companies can pivot to advance low-emission fuels, hydrogen blends, and synthetic gasoline. Some have already begun partnerships with automakers to co-develop these future-ready solutions. And if hybrids reduce fuel use while keeping combustion alive, the energy industry gets a second chance at relevance. Make no mistake, this is turning into a technology war, not just a product debate. Which one wins may come down to cost, politics, and public perception more than engineering. If Honda launches this engine at scale in the next 12 to 24 months, the auto market could enter its most chaotic phase in decades. Expect price wars. Expect delayed EV rollouts. Expect governments to revise their roadmaps. And most importantly, expect consumers to reevaluate everything. And remember, Toyota hasn't even revealed its full hand yet. Hyundai, Mercedes, and Ford are rumored to have backup hybrid strategies ready to activate. Here's a scenario that has EV executives sweating. What if Honda's next-gen hybrid doesn't just compete with electric vehicles, but beats them in cost, convenience, and output? Tesla may not respond publicly yet, but behind closed doors, this hybrid shockwave is forcing strategic recalculations. Elon Musk has always dismissed hybrids as transitional tech. But now, with Honda rewriting the narrative, Tesla faces three possible paths. Double down on full EV and hope hybrids fade. Accelerate solid-state battery development to widen the gap. Secretly explore a hybrid partnership or acquisition something Tesla has never done. There are even rumors swirling that Tesla is quietly researching microturbine range extenders, something they once mocked. The charging industry may be the first casualty of Honda's announcement. Show empty charging stations, grid-strained visuals, installation slowdowns. Billions have already been invested in public charging infrastructure, but if advanced hybrids reduce dependency on plugs, will those plans stall? And here's the kicker. Some analysts believe charging networks could pivot to servicing plug-in hybrids instead, buying them time and relevance. Most viewers don't realize this, but the entire EV push is built around one key timeline. 2035, the year many countries plan to ban combustion engines. But Honda just cracked that code. If their next-gen hybrid engine operates on ultra-low emissions or synthetic fuels, it could legally bypass combustion bans altogether. Hybrid 2.0 could be emissions compliant beyond 2035. That changes everything, from regulation to investment to manufacturing roadmaps. Now, let's talk about the people who will actually decide the winner: drivers. The biggest barriers to EV adoption, charging time, infrastructure, battery costs, and lifespan, don't apply to Honda's hybrid revolution. So instead of forcing people into electrics, this new engine gives them freedom without compromise. And that could trigger a consumer rebellion against EV-only mandates. This is no longer about technology. It's about identity, industry survival, and global influence. Three forces are now on a collision course. EV manufacturers fighting to protect their all-electric future. Hybrid pioneers armed with a cleaner, cheaper alternative. Governments and industries scrambling to rewrite the rules mid-race. And when these forces clash, the outcome won't just change cars. It will reshape economies, power grids, and geopolitics. In the next part, we dive into the most shocking angle of all, the possibility that Honda's engine wasn't built in isolation. What if secret collaborations, hidden patents, and government backing have been in play for years? Just say continue, and I'll take the story into the next evolution, including secret patents, Toyota's backup plan, and the role of synthetic fuels and hydrogen in Honda's strategy. The automotive world has just crossed a line that can't be uncrossed. Honda didn't just introduce a new engine. They forced the industry, governments, and consumers to confront a question no one was ready to ask out loud. What if the future was never fully electric, and everyone bet on the wrong horse? For years, EVs were treated as destiny. But destiny just got competition. And the companies that survive the next decade won't be the ones with the loudest promises. They'll be the ones with the most adaptable strategy. The revolution is no longer about eliminating combustion. It's about reinventing it. Cleaner, smarter, cheaper, and faster to deploy than anyone expected. So whether you're an EV believer, a hybrid supporter, or just someone who wants the truth behind the headlines, one thing is now certain. The race for the future is officially wide open, and Honda just fired the first shot.